Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Onward No Matter What conference call. It is, of course, Easter weekend, and I know there are probably a lot of people that are traveling, which is why we do the replays. But for those of you on the call, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know we have some newbies on the call. I've been watching the screen, and if this is your first time on the Onward No Matter What conference call, well, watch out, because tonight is a night that you will never forget, because things like what we are doing tonight, we don't do often on the conference calls. So this is a special occasion. Couldn't be a better time for you to be on the call. You're not just going to learn about Avon. You're not just going to learn about what Avon has done for other people. You're going to learn how people who have been blessed by the Avon opportunity have now taken and given back, which isn't that really what we're all looking to do in this world. We're looking for something that not only we can have a passion for, that we can love, that we can make money at, and may I add, very good money at. We're also looking to give back. And you know what? Sometimes it's real easy that you see somebody on the street and you put a $5 bill in their hand, or you know what, maybe you give your tithes and offerings at church, but every now and then you run into a cause that is completely exceptional, that when you find out the background and you find out where it's going in the future, that you immediately say, how can I not be a part of that? And this is where our heart is in this. You know, we are blessed this evening to have Randy Smith with us, and Karen Smith with us, and Zach Smith with us. And what's really cool about this is that I know that Sophia Smith is right here with us. And I think that she would think this call is going to rock tonight. So as I sit here with my glass of wine, and I'm hoping everybody else got their glass of choice sitting there, I want you really to open up tonight, and I want you to open your hearts. I want you to open your spirits. I want you to listen as we are talking to these three individuals that have so much to share with us. And I want you to listen to how Avon has played into this. I'm going to also share how my first experience with Miss Sophia Smith, which was absolutely a doozy, but also just, you know, you wonder sometimes, why do things happen the way they do? And why do journeys go down roads that they go down? And I know for me, just personally, you know, I lost my mom at a tender age of 17. And I can remember for years I wondered, gosh, God, why, man? What's going on? What could possibly, what could I ever turn into this that could be good or helpful or would help me become a better person? And it took me years and years and years and years of developing to figure that out. But you know what? These three individuals, you are going to find out that the years of developing came up with Sophia being in their life. And now what they're doing with this legacy is absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with Lee's good buddy and my good buddy and protector, who I had the awesome privilege to spend some massive time in Hawaii with on the last trip, along with Karen. And I got to tell you, it was an immediate friendship. It was an immediate bonding. And I am so excited for you guys to hear from him. So welcome to the Onward conference call, Mr. Randy Smith.
Hey, girl. First of all, back up and let's just, hats off to Lee. Does he fire up a group with that music or what?
Oh, man, he can rock and roll now, man, with the best of them.
Yeah, Molly, I'm enjoying a glass of wine, red wine, with you, darling.
What I'm talking about, and I know we've got Karen there. Karen's my girl now. We hung in Hawaii. I missed her the day after I left. What's up, girlfriend? What you been up to out there?
I have my glass of wine with me right now, of course.
You know, I
just
always
doing the
love
Avon business.
Yes. Hey, you know what? Ain't nothing like a good glass of wine with the Avon business, let me tell you.
Right.
And let me tell you guys, now this is a treat for me because I did not know this was going to happen. We talked about this call, but Randy contacted me and he said, hey, what do you think if we bring Zach. Now, I got to tell you something. Zach's my friend on Facebook, but I have never had the honor. I'm saying it's an honor, but if he's like the other Smiths, he's going to get right in there and tango with us. So Zach, welcome to the Onward call. You got a lot of crazy Avon people on this call, but I understand you grew up with the best of the crazies, my man. So welcome to the call.
Thank you. And as I would say, I do not have a glass of wine, but I have Sophia's Avon choice, a glass of Chivas Scotch. Love being here. Love the call. Great job, Lee.
Oh, my God. And my husband is sitting here, as you said that, raising his hands in the air going, I love that boy already. That's what he said. So welcome. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the call. What I'm going to kind of do, I'm not a really good moderator type person. You know me, Randy. We just sit down and I like to talk, man. That's what we do best. But what I want to do basically is what we have found through this Onward group is, believe it or not, as many people that do or did know or heard of or watched the Rich and Famous CDs, some people are aware of Sophia Smith, but there are some people who are not. So I was wondering if you guys, first of all, could take us back just a little bit about how Sophia got involved in Avon and kind of bring us up to present, if you will. And I want you all to share in this. Feel free. Look, I want you to be laid back, be yourselves. We're all talking to a bunch of friends here, and if I would like to go back and say, like Hawaii, sitting in the Tapa bar and sharing with each other, I just want you to introduce the best part of Sophia to us. So go ahead, whoever wants to start, take it away. Tell me about Sophia.
I'll start. Well, my mom, she got started doing Avon. I don't know if everyone remembers, but she got started doing Avon when she was just a waitress at, I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but at this restaurant. And she ended up getting fired for selling more Avon than she was, serving food and kind of waiting on the customers. So then she decided to do Avon full-time. For as long as I can remember, it's always been Avon, everything. I was one of those little girls growing up when I was really excited when the Avon boxes would come to the front door because I'd get to be the one to set out all the lids and sort through all the products, and she let me bag up the orders. So just pretty much Avon our entire life, Avon boxes around the house, everywhere. What do you think, Dad?
That's
awesome.
Awesome.
Big time everywhere. In the garage. No, never have time in the garage from little kid to big kid, serious, little kid to present day. Ask Randy about this, where his Harleys are parked and his pool table is. Never, ever, ever do we have time to do anything in the garage because a 3-car garage is packed full of Avon.
Yes, all Avon, everywhere.
I love
them roll and throw days as kids.
Man.
Yeah, the roll and throw days.
Roll the books and throw.
Yeah, and the fundraiser days. I remember she used to always come home with fundraisers, and as a family, we would all kind of get together. And I remember it was so much fun as a family getting together and putting the packets together, putting all the books in and everything else the fundraiser needs, and just kind of handing them out to our schools and stuff. I just cherish those memories so much.
Wow. Now, your mom did a lot of job fairs and stuff, didn't she, Karen, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, everywhere. I remember there was at some points when she was traveling so much because she worked all the time. She worked more than anyone I knew. All of my friends said, oh, your mom's always working. She's always traveling. They would ask me, hey, where's your mom at this time? Where's she working this time? Sometimes I'd have to call her and find out. I'd be like, hey, Mom, where are you? And she'd pick up the phone and she'd put it right up next to the stereo and start jamming out. I'd be like, have you heard this song?
Oh, my
Just driving down the highway, calling Avon people.
Yeah, she was coolest of the cool, I got to tell you, coolest.
Speaking of job fairs, while we're talking about it, I went to several of them with her growing up through the years, and it wasn't just the fact that, oh, she's that social butterfly at job fairs, hey, Avon, hey, Avon, hey, Avon. It was, when I went there to each one first time, it was, hi, Zach, let me introduce you to this guy, and he already knew her name, he already knew her story. She was friends with everyone at the job fair before the job fair even started.
Wow, I don't think that she there was ever everybody she met it was almost like you knew that she knew you from somewhere. I got to share with you guys quickly, you know, when I first met her, it was my first conference. It was in 2005, I believe, in Dallas. And I remember when Ray and Marianne Penn introduced her to me, and she was just like, oh, my gosh, how long have you been in? And, look, I'd only been in about a year. I was complete newbie, man, completely. And you, Randy, you know how tall I am. I'm 6 foot, man. Little Sophia said, but I got to tell you, I felt like she was 6'6", man. Because, see, I had seen the then VHS tapes and all, and I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm talking to Sophia Smith, the Sophia Smith. And I remember thinking, I can't believe this. And then I got to sit in the front row where she was speaking, and this is where she introduced me to mailbox money. I mean, God, I had never heard it in my life. Now, guys, for all of you out there, you know, the blue checks that come in, she told me the story about, I felt like she was telling it to me. I know there were hundreds of thousands of other people in the room, but damn, she was talking to me. She was looking me in the eye like, in mailbox money. And I go out to that mailbox and open it, and there's that check. She says, mailbox money. That's what we call it. And to me, I have always called it that sense. You talk about her stirring legacies. Let me tell you something. From that day on, it was mailbox money. It wasn't the blue check. It was so cool. She got everybody so excited. I remember hearing her behind me say, I'm so nervous. I don't want to get up there and talk. Oh, my gosh. She's telling her team, you all be here waiting for me. And when she hit that stage, you would have never known there was a nervous bone in her body. She rocked it. She was clapping her hands, stomping her feet, telling everybody what they should do, basically in a nice way without saying it, get off your ass and get out there and work that business. And I just thought she was literally amazing. So I have to tell you, seeing that, what I would like to know from you guys, from Karen and Zach, is did you realize, I mean, okay, you grew up with Avon, but did you have any idea growing up with her what a kind of quote-unquote superstar, how big she was in Avon, that people are watching her on the DVDs and the VHSs, and she's out there. Did you realize when people were looking at her like me, it was like the Avon Hollywood stage, like, oh, my gosh, it's Lisa Wilbur, and it's Sophia Smith, and it's Teddy Davies, and that is what it was like. Were you a part of that? Did you see that with people?
What do you think, Zach?
Honestly, let me go first, Karen, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Honestly, early on in life, it was mom's got a job, dad's got a job. Mom is all about 24/7 Avon, 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 Avon. Seriously, like how you describe her drive, you have no idea. But point is, I don't think it really took effect for me until when those DVDs and VHS tapes really started coming out, and then when I'd see her wake up in the morning, be on the phone, go to bed at night, be on the phone, no matter what time of the day, be on the phone helping somebody else in Avon, that's when it really started taking effect for me.
Wow. Yeah, how was it being in those DVDs? I was looking at that. You know, I posted that to our wall the other night on Onward, kind of like reminding people if they hadn't seen it, hey, here she is. She's on here. And I'm looking at you all going, oh, look at little Karen. And Karen, and she's up Karen now. And there you are. And then Randy on the motorcycle. And I'm like, boy, some stuff just never changes. I swear it never changes. But it was so awesome. And I just think to have a mom who touched so many lives, I mean, how amazing is that? And by the way, I have to tell you, the thing that impressed me the most about that video, how crazy is this, is you remember the part of it where she was sitting by the pool? That was the most awesome pool in the world, I just got to tell you. I was looking at that pool thinking, I got to go to like a water park to be sitting, but I want a pool just like she has.
Just fly to Texas and come see me, and then you can come right to the pool.
That's right. I love it.
Molly, I call that to this day, and it started with Sophia back then. I call it poolside Avon.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, yeah. What an amazing journey. So take us through. You know, I already know, and I love what you all, but But take us through now. She's senior. She's top in the country. I mean, you know, I was privy to things like the senior reports because, you know, I was seeing them from Marianne and Ray, and they would show us what people were doing in the senior world. And, you know, I would look at those numbers, and I would be astounded as to what her team was doing. And so she's big in Avon. She's great. People love to see her on the trips. And then take us through.
Well, how about what it was like when she started?
Wow, when she started, let me tell you.
Let me go there. How about I go there a minute?
Too. Go ahead, yeah.
How about I go there a minute? You know, when Sophia signed up as an Avon lady, it was because Avon was simple. You know, we had looked at a lot of. I had a brother in Amway. We had friends in other networking business. That's what it was referred to back then. Nowadays it's called direct selling. Back then it was network marketing, and, you know, Amway had gone through their deal of the pyramid and everything, so everybody was leery of anything to do with networking back then, you know, but we'd been approached and looked at many opportunities, and Sophia had a district manager approach her, or I can't remember if it was that or she answered an ad, and the district manager came up there to a restaurant where she was working. I'd had a career change. I'd gotten into the mortgage business. I was traveling an hour and a half one way to work every day down to Corpus Christi, and so I would come home in the evening, and she would go waitress for 4, 5, 6 hours, you know, up until midnight. And somewhere in there, she decided to sign up as an Avon lady. Oh, we caught a lot of crap from people. They called her the ding dong lady and all this kind of stuff, you know. You're never going to make any money in Avon. But she said it real simple. She says, everybody knows Avon. They have 100% money-back guarantee, and the product is affordable. It's good stuff. And so she went out there and started selling Avon, just selling Avon. That's where she made the money. I made enough money to pay our bills, but we had 3 little kids, so, you know, 1, 2, 3. And if we're going to have any extra money, if she wanted money to do anything, then she was going to have to come up with it because we didn't have it. I mean, you know, just like so many people out there starting today. You know, that was a big key to our success over the years was we worked with that mentality of I paid the bills, and the money she made was spending money for her and the kids and to reinvest into her Avon business. And so we rocked on. We ended up moving down to Corpus. And then we always used to say, man, you know, she used to talk about it all the time. She'd say, because I had all these tapes from, you know, we were very much tuned in to personal development. You know, we read the books. We listened to the tapes. You know, we knew, you know, that's what we wanted to do in some way. We just didn't know how. You know, and God knows we didn't think it was going to be Avon. We were both straight commission. I mean, we throwed it all out there when we did it. And so what happened was, we used to talk about, well, if Avon would only get into it, you know, if Avon would only get into network marketing. Well, they did. Never forget, we went to the first opportunity meeting in Corpus Christi. A regional guy by the name of Mr. Williams came down from Dallas and did the presentation. And I'll never forget us sitting there and watching him do that and looking at each other with a smile. Because we knew it's not a matter of, well, it was all about the numbers. Because once you understand this business, it's all about the numbers. It's all about going out and, you know, showing someone, anyone, how to do what you're doing. How to walk up to somebody and say, have you seen an Avon book lately? And get you a customer right there. It's very simple. And then from there, you know, you'll find the person that wants to do what you do. And then once they do what you do and you're showing them how to pay their bill, you know, and run their little home-based business, then from there, you know, it's the opportunity if they want to do it. It's all about the numbers. And Sophia knew that if she just kept plugging them in, and the numbers would take care of themselves. I remember we used to have these dry eraser boards you hear about in the old days about drawing circles. We didn't have any online training. There was no training for leadership back then. There was nothing. This was the program. Here's the parameters. There's no reports. There's no nothing. I remember one time they flew us out to L.A. or somewhere out in California, John Fleming's office, because that's where everything was back then. Avon, which was so experimental, you might say. I won't call it. I don't know if experimental is the right word, but they shifted it all to the West Coast. So, wow. Stuff over here in Texas, you're on your own. John Fleming was way out there. They were doing their thing with Vondel and all that. It was building, and we're out here. Back then you were allowed. They had so many test market type of stuff. But what Avon corporate and all the management changes been, what they always loved about Sophia, she knocked on doors and did it the original way. She built it by just one person at a time. She ran into a little lady down in Corpus that had been fired as a Grandy's manager because the owner wanted to put his son in there. This lady had, I think, 4 or 5. She was a single parent raising 4 or 5 kids. They teamed up and went crazy. Esther's out there today over in San Antonio. She's got a couple of stores doing wonderful. Her kids are in the business. It's wonderful. And when you're looking at an opportunity, like we did back then, back then it was all about, golly, we can make a little extra money. And Sophia says, I can show people how to do this and get a commission off of their sales. Wasn't worried about, different levels and all this. Just the idea that you can make a little commission off of somebody else, and all you had to do was sign them up and show them how to do what you're doing. Everything else was a bonus after that. But there were so many things that sank in with Avon, and the way they originally built this program back then, we all, it's such a gift for us today. Because back then when they wrote the parameters of the program, they made sure that you could have a co-applicant and that you could possibly give it on, that the business could continue in your family. We are a walking test. This family is a walking testimonial to the success and the original plan of Avon leadership. Because when Sophia got into the business, she became an Avon lady. When Avon started the leadership program, she got in as the leadership. I was the back guy. I'm the guy. I've got another business to run. I pay bills at home. I support her. We did the roll and throw. I could go on and on and on about the things that we did as a family to support her. But eventually what happened was they allowed me to be a co-applicant. So that put me on paper as an Avon representative. Sophia was doing the job, Molly, just like you do most of it. You're the face of this thing. But what happened was we always talked about, we always wanted to pass it on to Karen, but obviously Karen was going to come on as a co-applicant someday because something would probably happen to me because I'm the one that rides motorcycles and does all them and hunts and fishes and done all them other kind of crazy things. And she's just a simple Avon lady. And then she's at an Avon event, and what happens? She drops a butter knife at a table. She was one of the speakers. Christina Breeze could tell you this story. She drops a butter knife and feels some cramping in her hands, and that's where the ALS came in. 28 months later, we're burying her. But the business was able. We started. We incorporated. Brought Karen in as soon as she was diagnosed. Karen had grown up in this thing. She knew all she needed was some brushing up because she knew the products and everything. So we brought her into the business, and we've literally now what we've got after Sophia's gone, we've got a business that is still strong, still vibrant, and I call my little girl Karen the sequel.
But, I always say that it's a family business because without Zach, my dad, my other brother Jeff, too, that's on this call, without all of it, we wouldn't be where we are right now. It's a family business for us.
That's amazing. I love to hear that, Karen. And I think what's amazing is I listened to your dad just a minute ago, and, some people talk about Avon and they just talk. but we can hear the passion in your voices for, one, what you do, of course, for your mom. But, you know, you don't hear too many people all the time truly say this is a family business. You all grew up in it, but who would have known, you know, what was going to happen with her, and to see you step in the way that you have, and, you know, even, you know, the stories you guys told me on the side about Zach, and, you know, not knowing what this was going to be, but she had a dream. She kind of knew what she wanted this to be. How amazing. And you pick up so well. Girl, you don't ever think you're not filling her shoes, because we watch you. We may not talk to you all the time. We watch you.
She's tiny, but she's got some big shoes.
So Molly.
Yes.
Have I told you about my little bike ride I'm going to take?
Well, you know what? I was really hoping that you would do that, because I just can't get ahead here. But I got to tell you, I'm excited about that camera thing, dude. I saw it.
Let me tell you how the camera thing came about. Is your husband Lee? Mm. You know, it was we went to Hawaii last year in June. Sophia had just died April the 2nd. Karen and I almost didn't go. You know, we was going through a lot of tough times then, but we decided, you know, I knew we needed it. I knew she needed it. We'd been caregivers. The three of us had been caregivers for 28 months. There's no way to describe ALS, you know, without understanding that ALS is a disease that attacks the skeletal muscles, but not the mind. Sophia literally watched herself dry up and waste away to the point where she couldn't breathe anymore. So we'd gone through some really tough times, and we go to Hawaii, and there you guys are, just wonderful people. We meet you guys the first time. Y'all just open arms, and we all just meshed, fit right in together, and what a great time, wasn't it?
Oh, it was awesome. And by the way, you all needed it, but I think what you don't need is we all needed you guys, if that makes sense, because that part of that family that had been missing a little bit, man, guys, it was something special, that trip. I just need you all to know that. You were a big part of that, I know, for me and Lee, but for so many others that are on the call tonight. So we appreciate you guys.
Well, you know, and when I was there, you know, I guess I was in the second day that talking to Lee, or somebody told me about Lee's problems, you know, the problem with his eyes and everything. And, you know, and I was telling Lee, I'd already been telling Lee about what I was thinking about. At that point last year, it was this whole thing about this ride and the fundraiser. It was just in the thinking stages. And, you know, my commitment really was there, but it took on a different purpose when I started talking to Lee, and I realized his handicap. You know, I grew up in a home where my mother, in 1964, she had rubella measles, and so I've got a little brother that's deaf. And so I understand handicaps. I understand caregiving. And, you know, and when I heard you guys' story, I told Lee, I said, buddy, I said, I'm going to take this trip, and I'm going to find a way so that I can send it home to you in video form. And so what we're going to do on this trip, you know, is I've got a GoPro camera mounted on the front of my Harley. We're doing test runs now. Zach is my tech guy. I think, Zach, haven't you and Lee already hooked up?
100%. There's one YouTube video up. I've got about 6 more I'm trying to get up within the next 24 hours from Randy's recent little run down the South Padre Island Bike Fest. But, yes, it is 100% fully functioning on the front of his Harley, ready to rock and roll.
Wow, that's awesome. So take us back, guys. Tell us how did this come to be? This ride for life. Tell us how this developed, and explain to everybody exactly what this is all about, because I want everybody to get in on this.
Well, you know, when Sophia and I, back in the old days, you know, we used to ride Harley. If you've seen the videos, you know, Sophia talks about how the Harleys were our babies, because she loved to. I couldn't back out of the garage on my Harley, and she had her own, but I couldn't back out of the garage on my Harley without her climbing on the back, you know, to go with wherever I went. She wanted to go. I mean, I couldn't sneak off. I couldn't, the only way I could go to breakfast with my buddies is if I took one of these two with me. One of them had to be perched on the back, right? I wasn't getting out of the driveway. But, one of our things was when our kids started turning 16, we had kids turn 16 3 years in a row. So I sold a couple of Harleys, but the one I always kept was the one we bought for her. It was a pretty special bike. And so that was my bike. That was my red light bike. It's low and slow and loud, and looks really cool. And that was the thing. But one thing we always talked about was how one day, when the kids got old enough, we already had the business built. We're cranking. We're building it. We're working. And he said one day when these kids when they got right, where we could do it, we was going to jump on a Harley. We're going to buy a new Harley, and we were going to take off. And our plan was to go see all of our Avon friends. And we wasn't going to come home till we put our feet in both oceans. Well, when she got diagnosed, it was with ALS. We didn't know what ALS was when the doctor told us. We had no idea it was fatal. And, obviously we caught on real quick. And between the crying and just the total horror of it all, we started doing things for the last time. And, right down to the last time she was able to sit on the back of a bike and throw her hands up in the sky. And,
wow.
We were doing things for the last time, our last walk on the beach, everything. But one thing she could never do, that we knew, was that ride. We talked about it. We talked about taking it in a car. We talked about it, but there was just too many risks involved. And so what happened after she passed, I knew I was going to take this trip. And, I couldn't take it last year because of, my 3 kids, these 2 guys right here that's on the phone with us. Everybody had to get their life back in order. And, hospice had played a big role in our life the last 30, 45 days. And, as Karen used to say, they were angels sent from heaven, when they walked in the door and shuffled the 2 of us out. And we come back and we walk in there, and Sophia's got this big smile on her face, and she's all cleaned up and all nice and pretty. Things that we'd been struggling to do between the 3 of us here. We'd been doing it for 28 months, it took everything we could do around the clock. And these hospice personnel, they were just wonderful folks. And I remember they told us about they were raising money to build this facility, but I didn't think too much about it because I'd made a promise and, that I was going to always fight ALS, even to the point to where, and back in 2010, I quit cutting my hair. That's a different story in itself. I still got a pretty long ponytail going right now, but, we, I don't know, we just, the bike, what we decided somewhere along in there, I got to looking at this decided, well, I'm going to make this ride, and, why not raise a little money? Is it possible? Could we raise some money? And then I got to looking at the hospice thing, and they're so close to raising the money to finish their facility, and they were about ready to break ground. And then some of the people on the committee I'd worked fundraisers with before through when I was activity director of the Harley clubs around here, and I went to them, I throwed my idea at them. I said, what if I take a 4-corner ride around the United States? I go see all of our Avon friends. I'm just going to, and what if I raise a couple $1 million? And the deal was, if I can raise $2 million, we're going to be able to name that facility the Sophia Smith Center of Compassion. It's a facility for the dying. It's a state-of-the-art facility being built on 30 acres, all designed around family, just all the good things. It's just a facility for the dying. And so, I got to think, and when I went in there, I already had a plan in mind. I said, because Sophia's passion was that she could take any lady anywhere, and with a simple $10 investment, she could show them how to set up a home-based business, and she could transform lives. Mm-hmm. And so, my belief is that I can go out there and find 200,000 people to give me $10. All I need is $10 a person, and then I can fulfill that dream of building this facility and naming it. the Sophia Smith Center of Compassion. You know, life's short. You got to live for something. And, you know, and I'm a biker. I love to ride. You know, why not? You know, Avon has given me so much over the years. Avon, when she got sick, we were able to basically stop recruiting. Karen stepped in as a young, 21, 22-year-old to take over the order side of the business. And we because she had built such an amazing business, I was able to stay home as her caregiver, take care of her. And now that she's passed, a year's gone by, I'm going to take the summer off. Every biker's dream is to do the ride I'm going to take, and that's to ride all the corners of the United States, see the United States through the handlebars of a Harley. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go out and see a lot of friends, and I'm just going to ask for $10, and for everybody to go out and ask their friends, just give me $10. Go to the website, give us $10. That's all we're asking. It's not much.
You know, you just gave me goosebumps.
It's for a good cause. ALS is a terrible disease. ALS is a terrible disease.
Gave me goosebumps, man. It's like Sophia coming through you, dude. You don't understand. You just said, yeah, I'm going to go to the four corners of the United States, going to jump on my bike, man. I'm going to go. I'm going to see 200,000 people. They're going to give me $10. We're going to donate $2 million. And we're going to get this thing named after Sophia. We're going to help a lot of people. It was just like, yeah, man, that's it. We're going to do it. Reminds me of Sophia. Yeah, you can do it. Come on. I mean, you guys must have been made for each other. Did you ever argue or anything? Because I'm like, dang, that was perfect. Through him. What the heck?
I got one.
I was like, dude, you just sounded like Sophia in a deep voice, just so you know. That was wild. So, but I love that. It's like you said, look, this is my plan. This is a map out. It takes $10. Now, guys, are you all listening out there? Everybody who's
just
on the call. Listen to the simplicity. $10. Think about
MyLife.org.
Molly, do you understand what we're really trying to prove? Do you understand what we're really trying to prove? What we do every day in this Avon business is a networking. In other words, I go out and find you to get into this business. You go out and start building your business, so you're going to get you 2, 3, 4, 5. And out of them 2 or 3, 4, 5, you find a few people that's going to get 1, 2, 3, or 4. That duplication process is how we survive. Yeah. And all I'm asking for here is to prove it works. I want Molly to give me $10, and then I want Molly to find 10 people to give me $10.
Oh, dude, I'm finding more than 10, just so you know.
But you know where I'm coming from here, darling?
But I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. That is it's so simple.
That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what our business, that's the concept our business is built off of, is network. And all I'm asking our Avon friends to do is prove that the concept works by just asking for $10 and go find a few people to give us $10.
So when you're on this ride, Randy, and you're doing this, what is the plan? You're going to the four corners, but what's the plan when you go to these places?
You know what I want? You know what I want to do? I want to be the first Avon man, the first Avon rep, the first Avon senior to visit every division, every sales division in the 48 states.
Dang. Dude, that's exciting. I can't wait. Come on to me.
But I need a lot of help. I need a lot of help. Here's how I need it. I need the division and district managers jumping on board because I'm on the road. How do I say that weather's going to, it's hard for me to say I'll be there at such time because of weather. I don't know. I'm going to try, but I'm not going to put myself at peril over it either. But I need that. I need everybody pushing it out, and then I need all my biker friends that are associated with Avon to meet me at locations as we go. Let's do some photo ops and then show me the way to the next destination, our next destination city. Ride with me. I know there's a lot of reps out there that's got husbands or spouses that ride. Come go ride with me, any kind of motorcycle. I don't care.
Dude, does that mean I get to sit on your bike?
And the best part about this ride is, I got my GoPro camera going. I got my tech crew going.
Yeah.
I got my buddy Lee. Pulling video out and posting.
Yes, indeed.
I know Lee. He'll sit up and watch hours of it. People are going to be able to see me go up the Pacific Coast Highway. They're going to be able to see me come down through the Yellowstone.
I told you I was going to get him some handlebars, right? I'm going to get him handlebars, dude, and I'm going to take a video of Lee while he's watching your journey. He's going to put that hat on backwards. He's going to have his vroom vroom, his handlebars, and he is going to be taking this ride with you 100%.
Hey, when I go up to upstate New York into Maine and come back down through there, I don't know the name of them mountains, but I want to take people with me.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's going to be cool.
Very cool.
I promise to be cool. I only ask that everybody helps me raise this $2 million. Put your name on the honor roll. Our website has an honor roll. We want to see. Texas is kicking everybody's butt, by the way, right now. We need some. We need some states.
Come on, let's see some other states.
What we do? It says Molly and your state.
We ain't having that. So Maryland, get on board because we're ready to
where you at? Where's these other states at?
Come on now.
Hey, we've had an Avon rep from Ireland.
Yeah,
Ireland. Wow, cool.
Hey, Zach. Tell them what $10 donation will get them.
Zach? Did we lose Zach?
Well, I'll say a $10 donation will get you a chance to win a Harley. Yeah, every $10 you donate, you get a chance to win a Harley. That we had someone donate to the.
Let me tell you about that.
It's pretty amazing.
Well, Sophia and I have been riding these old Harleys a long time. We've been members of clubs. We've met a lot of people. I've got one old friend that he's a collector. He collects cars and motorcycles. He calls. Actually, his wife Facebooked Karen back before Christmas. Says, "Hey, Tim has a great idea to help you guys raise money. Let's all go to lunch." Karen tells me it's not until mid-February before we go to lunch. 2 months later, and we're sitting there having lunch with Linda, and she says, "Well, Tim," because Tim couldn't be there, and she says, "We're talking. We're telling her about the fundraiser." She says, "Well, Tim has a Harley he wants to give you, Randy.
Wow.
That you can donate." And so a buddy, an old friend of mine, gives me a Harley on the condition that for every $10 somebody donates, their name goes in the hat for the drawing for this Harley. It's an 09 rocker. It's got about 3,400 miles. It's got special paint.
Beautiful bike.
Beautiful bike.
You see it on the website. Is that the one that Zach is on, guys, that we put on the site?
Yes, the one Zach is on.
Okay.
That's right. It's a beautiful bike. Beautiful bike.
And, excellent condition. Beautiful.
So $10 gets you that. We've got a website up where we've got T-shirts on it. Everything goes towards the ride and goes towards raising this $2 million.
Wow.
It's all nonprofit. There's no fingers in this. Nobody pulling money off of it. I've got over $40,000 invested in my Harley for the trip. Nobody. I'm not in this to try to do a self-promotion, trying to make money. This is all about raising money for hospice, for a facility for the dying that covers about 100 square miles of South Texas. And then we're going to send the name of Sophia. And you know what? I really, really am looking to raise $3 million, because then I'm going to name the bereavement center the Avon Bereavement Center.
Wow,
but
seriously,
I've got to raise $3 million to get that done.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, $3 million would be my ultimate goal. 2 would get me the naming rights for the entire facility, but I'd really like to name the bereavement center of this facility the Avon Bereavement Center.
Wow.
But I need a lot of help from our friends. We can't do it by ourselves.
Tell me, shoot us some names of some people who are involved in this with you, people that you told me before that are involved in this with you besides, of course.
Well, Mo, buddy, the guy that started this program back in the old days, John Fleming, he's one of my he's my counsel. He's jumping on me right now because I've waited so long to get him actively involved. But him, we've had a lot of assistance from Ona Brown and Les Brown. Everybody's heard of the speaker Les Brown. Karen, you could throw a jump in there.
Yeah, we did a lot of speaker training and a lot of just motivational and different stuff last year with Ona and Les, and I have to say that I don't think I would have made it through last year without them. All the self-motivating, all the books we read, all of the just everything, it was just awesome.
Wow.
But then we got a lot of seniors jumping in. Lisa Wilbur and I have been discussing stuff in your area and her area.
A lot of our team members, a lot of people on our team ourselves, they've been helping out with the fundraiser, doing stuff here. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot of representatives out there who most definitely are going to want to jump on this now. Number one, because some of them now they're so familiar. I bet they're all out on YouTube now trying to, okay, let me see, where is that Rich and Famous? Let me see and look on that, see what it is.
Oh, that video's so great.
Hey, Molly, but the thing is, who's crazy enough to do this from the saddle of a Harley? And I know we got a lot of reps that have spouses and everything that ride, and I really want to meet some people on this ride. I'm an old Army veteran, so, there's some veteran groups I want to tag up with across the country, but this is a tribute ride. This is my ride for her. She was somebody that was very, very special. She had a lot of friends. She helped a lot of people, right down to the point to where, when she quit doing her Facebook was when she was not able to type with her left hand, and she was right-handed. But she did it until the very end because she wanted to help the reps. And I bought this Harley before she died so she could see it. This is all about the ride, and it's a tribute. And we're going to go interview a lot of seniors. There's a lot of seniors. I'm going to hit El Paso and start with Christina Breeze. I'm going to end up interviewing Vondell. I'm going to interview seniors. By the time I roll into your area, we need to have some serious momentum because we're going to do call-ins on Molly's show every week. And I hadn't even asked your permission of that.
Oh, man, getting an update every time, that would be awesome. Thank you for putting that out there.
I would imagine that Lee and I will be doing updates every day or two from where we're at. But it's a special thing. It's a special thing never done before in Avon. And I'm really, really, really asking all the reps out there to jump on board, help us out. Come see me when I'm out there. Go to the district managers, go to the divisionals right now and tell them, we need to plan something. And my schedule is going to be crazy on this ride. I'm going to try to keep a schedule, but it's going to be tough. But just help me out.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a lot who are, and what I really love about this is, we're taping this, and we always have hundreds of people who listen to these calls even after the call is done. So we're hoping that this is going to echo out and that people are going to jump on board. And we are also, for us, on Onward, on our group, we have over 5,000 members on there, and we plan on promoting this every single week, letting people know what's going on with this. And I think what's going to happen is, like with Avon, it becomes a snowball effect, and more people are going to want to be involved. We are excited about putting an event here. We are excited about taking this journey with you guys. I love the camera thing. That's awesome. I don't believe, oh boy, if you do it. I believe when you do it. And I would also love to see the $3 million so we can do the bereavement center too. And I would love to say it's because our Avon family was part of this, because we want to make Avon proud. We want to make you guys proud. We want to join you as a family, but we want to make Sophia proud. That's what we want to do in all of this, and we want her name to be seen, to know that, not without naught, there is something good. Hospice is a great thing in general, and if you haven't experienced it, you just don't know, and I hope people don't have to. But if you do, I have to tell you, There's nothing like it to a family who needs it. So this is a great thing. Whether it's Texas or anywhere else, peeps, you listen to me, $10, that next leadership check that you get, $10. The site is not only on the Friday night call site, it is on the Onward site. We will be pushing this every single week and every call to say, have you made your $10 donation? When we know where Randy's going to be, where the events will be, he will not only be giving us updates, but we will be sharing where he's going to be so that you can travel that 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 miles it takes to be part. Just tell Randy, Molly said you could sit on his bike for 10 seconds, and he will let you do that, and then you hand that man $10 for the cause, because this is something, wouldn't you like to say that you have been a part of this journey? And say,
we want to see everybody's name on the honor roll.
Yes.
The website has an honor roll. I want to see everybody's name on. Imagine that. 200,000 reps on the honor roll.
Wow, how awesome is that? Man, forget that. Let's do 3,000. Let's do 300,000, dude. Let's do it. I am excited. I know all the seniors are going to be sharing on this with our teams. I want to thank you guys for being on the call tonight. It's an honor for us always, not just as Avon representatives, but because you are very dear friends to us. We would support you in anything you do. You know, this, dancing on the bar, anything you're doing, we are there for you guys, and we are going to watch you on this. We are going to promote the hell out of this, and we are going to do everything on our part to make sure that you get that $10 from those 200,000 plus representatives. I am challenging you all to share this with your teams. And if you don't know how to explain this, that's why they have the site. The site is right there posted. You encourage, hey guys, it's a write-off. Seriously, everybody needs Avon write-offs, okay? The more you contribute, and look, if you can afford to give $10, that's all they're asking. But come on, get off your pocketbooks, get off them wallets. If you can donate to these other causes and you can give to the man on the side of the road, give to something where you know where it's going. For me, what Lee and I are committing is we are going to be donating, putting away in our little kitty here, we are donating 10% of what we make in our checks from now until the time that we see Randy on that bike in our area. That is what we are committing, because we feel like we can do that. And I've got to tell you something. We believe in this cause. Do you believe in this cause? Do you believe in the Avon dream? Do you believe in what they're doing here for this cause? Because if you do, quit talking it, put your money where your mouth is. So we're gonna end the call and tell you guys we're gonna have Lee open up the call in just a second. I want everybody to just really give them a shout out. You know what? Be part of this. You know, guys, I'm not part of a lot of stuff. You know me. I speak the truth. I stay real with you. And if I did not believe in this, they would not be on my call tonight. You guys would be listening to me run my mouth. So I believe in them, and I believe in this. Jump on board. This does not come easy for them when they went to put this together, but I would like to say that the people who do the most good here are our Avon family. So jump on board and let's do it. And Lee, why don't you, what's that? Do what? Do you guys have anything else you would like to say before Lee turns the music up?
Hey, hats off to you guys. Love you.
Yeah, y'all are amazing.
A toast. My last swallow of this glass of wine, Molly and Lee. I don't know what to say. You guys are wonderful friends. Hats off, Lee. I'll see you in the wind, buddy.
Yeah, man.
I love
we
you
love
guys
you guys.
so much.
Take care. Open up those lines, Lee, and let's let these people say good night to our friends.